Murdered in Kentucky. Now her husband is caught here in Chicago. Breaking news and a peaceful end to a standoff with police next.
But first, we're following a breaking weather situation at this hour in Oklahoma and right here at home. Good evening. This is the NBC 5 News at 10. I'm Allison Rosati.
And I'm Warner Saunders. The Chicago area is under a severe thunderstorm watch at this hour. Brant, what can you tell us?
It's for the western suburbs, and we're looking at it right now with our composite here. The area you see in the blue box until 3 a.m. Look at some of these cells. Big thunderstorms all moving off to the north and east, eventually impacting our northwest suburbs first. But these showers and thunderstorms headed toward Chicago. Again, that severe thunderstorm watch valid until 3 a.m. Do not be surprised if that's extended and works its way toward Chicago. More in the weather segment coming up. Warner?
Brant, thank you. We want to show you dramatic pictures that just came in moments ago near Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. High winds literally tear down power lines right in front of this photographer. So far, 118 people are injured in that area. 20 people are in critical condition. NBC5's Jennifer Mitchell is following the story. Jennifer.
Warner, the reports continue to come in tonight. Oklahoma City, Denver, Jackson, Tennessee, all slammed by tornadoes and severe weather. Here's what we know at this hour.
You can see the extensive damage. It just completely blew the walls out of that building.
In Oklahoma City, this is all that's left of a General Motors plant. As the tornado touched down, it flattened restaurants, ripping roofs off homes, and on Interstate 240, it tore right through this semi. Here, one resident captures a funnel cloud on home video. The ferocious winds destroyed homes and blew apart this Greyhound bus. From flooding in Georgia to hail near the Denver airport today, some say this is the most violent storm system to strike the U.S. in years. Here in Jackson, Tennessee, they are still cleaning up.
I've been here since day one, and it's hard.
According to the governor of Oklahoma, the damage so bad, federal officials have now been contacted for assistance. The twister moved through quickly, reminding many people here of a tornado in 1999 that left 44 people dead.
And so far in the first few days of May, the National Weather Service has logged more than 240 tornadoes nationwide. We'll keep you updated. Allison?
Thank you, Jennifer. And breaking news on the city's south side tonight. Police engage in a 6-hour standoff with an apparent murder suspect. But new developments just moments ago. NBC5's Rob Elgas joins us now live from the scene with the latest details. Rob?
Allison, just about 10 minutes ago, a U.S. Marshal spokeswoman in Chicago police confirmed 30-year-old Dennis Green has been taken into custody. Green is wanted in connection with a murder in Kentucky. U.S. Marshals learned Green, you see him right there, may have been in Chicago after being wanted for the murder of his wife, 28-year-old Tara Green. She was found decapitated on Monday in Lakeside Park, Kentucky. Now U.S. Marshals are confirming they have their suspect in custody. Here was that news conference just a few minutes ago.
Information was developed through informants, interviews, and different investigative techniques that Mr. Green may be traveling up to the Chicago area. A lead was sent up to the Chicago Deputy U.S. Marshals through also some informants, investigative techniques, and different interviews. We were able to discern that he may be staying in this apartment located at 78th and Bishop. An attempt was made to get Mr. Green to surrender. That's what's transpired throughout the evening. He had a female in the apartment with him. Hostage negotiators from the Chicago Police Department and the U.S. Marshals were able to talk him into letting that female go unharmed. And
Mr. Green walked out peacefully after, as you mentioned, Allison, about 6 hours of negotiations. I'm told by Pat Camden, a spokesperson for the Chicago Police Department. He did have a 9mm gun with him. He is now being questioned by Chicago police. Reporting live, Rob Elgas, NBC5 News.
Thank you, Rob. The big question tonight, who bought the beer? Alcohol apparently fueled this week's violent hazing incident in Northbrook. And word tonight, it was a parent who provided the kegs. NBC5's Amy Jacobson now joins us live with the very latest. Amy?
Warner, we have been told by students that a keg of beer was indeed at the event. Northbrook police believe a parent bought it. Now they're trying to find out who. They have some pretty strong leads. The disturbing behavior may have been exacerbated by alcohol. As you can see in the tape, someone raises a beer while cheering on the melee. Tonight, we learned from attorney Roland Soskin that each junior paid $30 for a jersey and $5 extra for the senior girls to drink beer.
I'm not quite sure if they knew what they were paying for, but whether they paid $30 or $35, they didn't pay to be beaten and brutalized.
According to Soskin, Northbrook police are focusing on the mother of a male student who was at the event.
Possibly some parents of GBN students may have been involved in obtaining alcoholic beverages that were used in this incident.
Authorities believe another parent gathered some of the feces used in the hazing, along with pig intestines that were wrapped around girls' necks. Tonight, school officials maintain they tried to find out where the girls were meeting. Everyone wore their jerseys to class on Friday.
We know that numerous participants were told of the time and location as late as 1 hour before the event.
Suskin is representing 3 girls. This junior, who had 15 stitches, was beaten and brutalized and humiliated repeatedly. Apparently, her attacker motivated by anger due to competition over a boyfriend.
It's still under investigation, but generally speaking, yes, it's boy-girl stuff.
Now on Saturday morning, investigators will be meeting with those 3 girls. They will review all the tapes, and police expect criminal charges to be filed early next week. Reporting live from Northbrook, Amy Jacobson, NBC 5 News.
Thanks for the update, Amy. And tonight, a television news helicopter crashes in Denver, Colorado. 3 people on board, including the pilot, walked away from this crash near Denver's airport. The chopper belonged to the ABC television affiliate in Denver. The cause of the crash is now under investigation.
A cry for help tonight from residents in the Inglewood community. A recent rash of murders and shootings leaves the community questioning its safety. Rallies were held today at the Thompson Center and on the South Side.
With all the violence that we have and murder running rampant like it is, there should be an overall coordinated plan, and I want to know where that is.
We're going to stay here as long as we need to reduce the tide of violence in this neighborhood. Yeah.
A recent shooting of a 7-year-old girl and a 12-year-old boy prompted the call for action.
Federal prosecutors nab a key figure in the license for bribes scandal. 60-year-old Roger Stanley pleaded guilty today to trading bribes for contracts from Chicago's Metro Rail service. In exchange for a lighter sentence, he's providing key information to prosecutors who are investigating corruption under former Governor George Ryan.
His will to survive is amazing.
I felt pain, and I coped with it. I moved on.
The canyon climber who cut off his own arm tells his story for the first time.
I'm Anna DeBlantis. Are all those time-saving inventions worth it? Cutting costs on baby formula now could buy you a semester's tuition when it's time for college. Find out the real cost of convenience coming up.
And if you don't double-check your receipts, you could be getting ripped off. We'll tell you which Chicago stores are overcharging their customers.
Tonight, Jay's all new with The Matrix Reloaded's Keanu Reeves, plus supermodel Giselle, music legends Isaac Hayes and Sam Moore, and Howie Mandel's hidden Howie Cam at the Car Rental Company.
If you're not good at walking, how good can you be at driving?
And Monday, don't miss it when Jay and Katie Couric trade jobs. Then on Conan, Marissa Tomei and Conan Close Up tonight.
NBC 5 News is brought to you in part by Microsoft.
We see Michael. Marine biologist, Broadway star, or maybe astronaut. At Microsoft, we started Club Tech with Boys and Girls Clubs of America, so kids learn more than just what computers can do. They learn what they themselves can do.
Using your home to secure a loan can help solve a financial problem, but it comes with responsibility. If you borrow too much or don't understand the terms, like the interest rate, additional fees, or penalties, you may not be able to afford your monthly payment, and that can lead to foreclosure and even the loss of your home. So before you borrow, deal with reputable lenders, compare terms, and ask questions. For information on questions to ask, call the Illinois Department of Financial Institutions.
Something inside drives you to outperform, to outmaneuver, to take control, to dig in and bury the competition. The sport utility toughness of the all-wheel drive Subaru Outback. Subaru, driven by what's inside.
See your local Subaru dealer for information on financing as low as 0% APR.
There were times when I was afraid of death. There were also times when I was very peaceful with the idea.
His story has riveted this nation. A courageous climber has to cut off his own arm to save his life.
That hiker talks about his experience for the first time today. NBC5's Marion Brooks has more from the control room. Marion?
Warner and Allison, Aaron Ralston's story sounds like a harrowing ordeal, but you couldn't tell it by listening to him.
Calm, cool, and even comical, the 27-year-old climber Aaron Ralston photographs the press photographing him. But all here are waiting to hear him explain how he got through an ordeal that's hard for most to fathom.
I realized that it was really the last opportunity that I could have and still have the physical strength to get myself out to where help would find me.
Ralston is talking about his climb in the canyons of Utah. A week ago Saturday, his arm was pinned by an 800-pound boulder. He tried to move it.
At no point was I ever able, with any of the rope mechanisms, to get the boulder to budge.
After 5 days, he ran out of food and water and made a choice to cut off his own arm with a dull pocket